Hello everyone, and welcome to KidWise Television, your go-to channel for all things fun and educational. Today, we've got a real treat for your curious minds. We're setting off on a journey of discovery, where we'll be exploring the amazing world of science through 5 exciting experiments. First, we'll be creating our very own volcano to understand the magic of chemical reactions. Then, we'll dive into the concept of density by layering different liquids. Our third stop will be to build a simple circuit, introducing us to the wonders of electricity. For our green thumbs, we'll explore plant biology by growing a DIY terrarium. And last, but certainly not least, we'll be launching into the principles of physics with our homemade balloon rockets. Each experiment is a step into the unknown, a step towards learning something new and exciting. Are you ready to dive into the fascinating world of science? Buckle up, because we're about to start. Our first experiment involves a classic favorite, creating a volcano using just baking soda and vinegar. Now let's get started. This fun and fizzy experiment requires a few common household items. You'll need some baking soda, vinegar, a container to act as your volcano, and a tray or larger container to catch the lava. To begin, place your volcano container on the tray. Fill it about halfway with baking soda. Now here's where the magic happens. Slowly pour in the vinegar and watch as your volcano erupts. Isn't it amazing how the baking soda and vinegar mix together to create this exciting reaction? But what's really happening here? Well, this is a perfect example of a chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction, substances change into entirely new substances. In our volcano, the baking soda, which is a base, reacts with the vinegar, an acid, to create carbon dioxide gas. This gas is what causes the fizzy, bubbly eruption that looks like lava flowing out of a volcano. Now the reaction you see is called an acid-base reaction. When an acid and a base mix, they neutralize each other. The vinegar, acid, and the baking soda, base, mix together to make carbon dioxide gas, water, and something called a salt. The carbon dioxide gas is what gives us the fizzy eruption. It's trying to escape the solution, causing the bubbles and foam you see. It's the same gas that gives soda its fizz. So, you see, you've not only created an exciting volcanic eruption right in your home, but you've also learned about chemical reactions, acids and bases, and even a bit about real volcanoes. Science can be such fun, especially when you get to see it in action like this. And remember, safety first. Always do experiments like this one in a space that's easy to clean, or even outside if you can. And voila, you've just witnessed a chemical reaction right in your home. Pretty cool, right? For our next experiment, we're going to explore the concept of density. Now, what's density, you ask? Think of it as the compactness of a substance. More particles packed into a space, the denser it is. But how do we see this invisible principle in action? Well, we're going to do just that by layering different liquids. First off, we need a few household items. Grab a clear glass, some honey, dish soap, water, vegetable oil, and rubbing alcohol. These liquids all have different densities, and that's the key to our experiment. Start by pouring honey into the glass. Go slow and steady. We want a nice, even layer at the bottom. Next, gently pour in some dish soap. Notice how it doesn't mix with the honey, but instead forms a separate layer on top. That's because dish soap is less dense than honey. Now, let's add some water. But here's a little trick. To prevent the water from disturbing the dish soap layer, pour it slowly over the back of a spoon. And voila, another layer! Another. Now, we're going to delve into the electrifying world of circuits. Have you ever wondered how the lights in your house turn on at the flick of a switch? It's all thanks to circuits, and today, we're going to build one right here. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Let's start with the basics. A circuit is a pathway that electricity travels along. It starts at a power source, like a battery, and flows through wires to light up a bulb or power a device. And guess what? We're going to create a simple version of this with just a battery, a bulb, and some wires. First things first, you need a power source. For our little experiment, a small battery will do just fine. Now, connect one end of a wire to the positive side of the battery. That's the side with the plus sign. Next, we need something for the electricity to power, right? That's where our bulb comes into play. Connect the other end of the wire to the bulb. But wait, we're not done yet. You see, for the electricity to flow, it needs a complete path back to the battery. That means we need another wire connecting from the bulb back to the negative side of the battery. That's the side with the minus sign. Now let's talk about two key concepts, current and voltage. Current is the flow of electricity around the circuit, and voltage is what pushes this current around. The battery provides the voltage, and when we connect the wires and bulb, we create a path for the current to follow. And voila, when you connect everything correctly, the bulb should light up, showing that electricity is flowing from the battery through the wires and into the bulb. By building this simple circuit, you've just demonstrated how electricity works in our everyday lives, powering everything from our lights to our televisions. And there you have it, your very own working circuit. Isn't science electrifying? Our next experiment is a green one, as we explore the fascinating world of plant biology. Let's dive into the world of plants with a do-it-yourself terrarium or a bean sprout growth experiment. Both of these projects will help us understand how plants grow and thrive. First, let's talk about the terrarium. Think of it as a miniature indoor garden in a glass container, creating its very own ecosystem. To create a terrarium, you'll need a clear glass container, small rocks or pebbles, activated charcoal, potting soil, and of course some small plants. The rocks or pebbles ensure proper drainage, while the activated charcoal helps to filter the air inside the terrarium. The potting soil provides the necessary nutrients for the plants. Once you've assembled your terrarium, you just need to water it a little and place it in a spot with indirect sunlight. The science behind a terrarium lies in the water cycle. The water in the terrarium evaporates, condenses on the walls of the container, and then trickles down to the soil, providing a continuous supply of water to the plants. Now let's move on to the bean sprout growth experiment. This one's simple and requires just a few items: a glass jar, a piece of cloth or paper towel, a rubber band, and some beans. Wet the cloth or paper towel, place it in the jar, and then put the beans between the cloth and the jar. Secure everything with the rubber band and place the jar in a warm, sunny spot. In this experiment, we're observing germination, the process by which a plant grows from a seed. The warmth and moisture create the perfect conditions for the bean to sprout. Both these experiments reveal the wonders of plant biology. They show us how plants use water, sunlight, and nutrients to grow. It's amazing to think that all the greenery we see around us, from the tiniest blade of grass to the tallest tree, started from a tiny seed. With a little patience, you'll be able to witness the miracle of life right in your home. For our final experiment, we're going to launch into the principles of physics with a homemade balloon rocket. Have you ever wondered how rockets zoom into space? Well, it's all about the principles of action and reaction, and we're going to explore those with a fun and simple experiment. We're making a balloon rocket. First, gather your materials. You'll need a long piece of string, a straw, some tape, and of course, a balloon. Once you have everything ready, thread the string through the straw. Make sure the string is taut and secured at both ends, perhaps between two chairs. Now inflate the balloon, but don't tie it up. Instead, pinch the end to keep the air inside. Attach the balloon to the straw using some tape, making sure the balloon's opening is facing towards one end of the string. Are you ready for the exciting part? It's time to let go of the balloon. As the air rushes out of the balloon, it propels the balloon along the string, just like a rocket in space. This is a fun demonstration of Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The action is the air rushing out of the balloon, and the reaction is the balloon moving in the opposite direction. But why does this happen? It's because forces always come in pairs. When the air pushes out of the balloon, it exerts a force in one direction. But nature likes to keep things balanced, so an equal force is exerted in the opposite direction, pushing the balloon along the string. This experiment is not just about making a balloon zip across a room. It's about understanding the basic principles of physics that govern our world and even the universe. From the smallest particles to the biggest rockets, these principles are at work everywhere. And off it goes. Remember, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Well, that wraps up our exciting science journey today. We've delved into the bubbling world of chemical reactions with our homemade volcano, layered liquids to unravel the mystery of density, and sparked curiosity by building a simple circuit. We've also watched the miracle of life unfold with our plant growth experiment, and propelled ourselves into the principles of physics with our balloon rocket. Each experiment has been a stepping stone into the vast and fascinating world of science, a world that is as fun as it is enlightening. Remember, science is not just about memorizing facts, it's about asking questions, making discoveries, and most importantly, having fun. So whether you're launching a balloon rocket or watching a tiny seed sprout into a plant, never lose that sense of wonder. If you enjoyed our science adventure and want to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join the KidWise Television family. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep having fun with science.